Well, the trial of former Fall River Mayor Jasiel Correia resumed this week with testimony about bribes Correia allegedly extorted from marijuana companies while he was mayor.
This after a full week of testimony last week about accusations that Correia defrauded investors in his tech startup. Target 12 investigator Steph Machado joins us now live in studio with the details on this second phase of the trial. Steph?
Prosecutors claim in order to open a marijuana dispensary in Jasiel Correia's Fall River, business owners had to pay hefty bribes to the mayor. Jurors in the trial of Jasiel Correia hearing testimony Monday from David Brayton, owner of Zephias Wellness. He was trying to open a marijuana dispensary in Fall River in 2016. Correia was mayor at the time, and any prospective pot shop needed a signed letter of non-opposition from the mayor in order to get their application considered by the Cannabis Control Commission. Brayton says he paid a $100,000 bribe to Correia through a middleman named Tony Costa. The prosecutor asking, "What was your understanding as to what you were paying for?" Brayton replied, "A non-opposition letter." The prosecutor asked, "What was your understanding as to who was ultimately going to get the $100,000? Brayton replied, "Mayor Correia." Next on the stand was Tony Costa, the alleged middleman, who says then Mayor Correia came to Costa's house in his city-issued SUV to retrieve the money. The prosecutor asked, "When Jasiel Correia showed up at your home to pick up the cash, Mr. Costa, did he seem surprised or confused about why he was there?" Costa replied, "No, he had a smile and was happy." On cross-examination, Correia's attorney Kevin Reddington sought to cast doubt on Costa's credibility because he previously lied to a grand jury about the case, which Costa now says he did to protect Correia. Costa later struck a plea deal with prosecutors, admitting to extortion and conspiracy, and agreed to cooperate in this trial. He faces up to 20 years in prison. And Costa is one of 4 co-conspirators in this case who have pleaded guilty, including Correia's former chief of staff, Genevieve Andrade. There has been no word yet on if she might testify against her former boss. I'm Steph Machado, 12 News.
Now at 6, the Target 12 investigators are covering week 2 of former Fall River Mayor Jasiel Correia's trial. Today, prosecutors shifted from the accusations over Correia's tech startup to the allegations he used his office to shake down marijuana companies. Target 12 investigator Steph Machado takes us through today's testimony. Steph?
This part of the case came to light with Correia's second arrest while serving as mayor. The so-called middlemen in this alleged scheme have already pleaded guilty. Inside Boston Federal Court Monday morning, David Brayton told a jury he was frustrated in 2016 with his unsuccessful efforts to open a marijuana dispensary in Fall River under his company Zephias Wellness. On the golf course with an associate of Mayor Jasiel Correia named Hildegard Camara, he broached the topic. "On the 18th hole, I kind of displayed frustration," Brayton testified. "What do I have to do to get into Fall River?" Ultimately, Brayton told the jury he paid a $100,000 bribe to a middleman named Antonio Tony Costa. The prosecutor asking, "What was your understanding as to what you were paying for?" Brayton said, "A non-opposition letter." The prosecutor asked, "What was your understanding as to who was going to ultimately get the $100,000? He replied, "Mayor Correia." That letter of non-opposition from a host community was a requirement for a pot shop to be considered by the Massachusetts Cannabis Control Commission. Correia did sign one for Brayton's business after Brayton says he paid the bribe to Tony Costa. Costa also took the stand Monday, testifying Correia came to his house in his city-owned SUV to pick up the cash. Costa has pleaded guilty to extortion and conspiracy in the case. And Tony Costa is set to be sentenced next month. 2 other accused middlemen in this case are also expected to take the stand this week, but still unknown is whether Correia's former chief of staff, Jen Andrade, who has also pleaded guilty, will testify against the former mayor. I'm Steph Machado, 12 News.